Hi guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make this beautiful crochet rib stitch. This stitch is very popular for stretchy and elastic things that you use to make, for example, you can crochet the sweaters using this stitch, the border of the sweater, the cardigan, the hats. You can use this stitch for many crochet projects. It's very stretchy, keeps shape very well, but to make it really look beautiful, there are some secrets, some tricks you must always follow so you have a nice edge. You have all the stitches that looks approximately same size, and if you crochet too tight, this stitch will turn into your nightmare because it's hard. So I will recommend how to choose the hook and how to make this stitch look really beautiful. And I'm sure you will enjoy and use it for many crochet projects. So let's get started. So when I choose the hook size for this stitch, I normally go at least 2 sizes up than it's recommended on the label. So if recommended hook is 3mm, I'm using 5mm crochet hook. So I think you can experiment, you can use different sizes of hook and see how soft, how stretchy, and how you like the look of the stitch. So different size hook make it look a bit different and feel a bit different. If you crochet too tight, it can be less soft, and I really like when it's soft, so I use bigger size hook, and I crochet very relaxed this stitch because I don't like, you will see later what I mean. So for this one I will try just this sample of the merino wool. You can use for this stitch any yarn, cotton, wool, doesn't matter, and experiment with the hook size. So let's start with what I do normally. I start with the chain. So for the sample I'm going to chain 15, so it will not be too long. 1, 2, and I'm chaining very relaxed. 3, 4, I'm not tightening the chain. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So of course you can crochet the normal way, crochet directly into the chain, but this method I like less because especially if you use hook size bigger than recommended, then your edge will be a bit too wavy, less neat. So if you crochet with the hook size that is recommended, then your edge probably will be okay, but it will be less soft. So you can crochet also elastic. You know, there is another way of making the chain. I will show in my future videos. But for this stitch, I really prefer the method to crochet into the back stitches. So I'm going directly into these horizontal bumps that you can see on the other side. If you turn your chain, turn this way, then you see these back stitches. So I'm going to go directly to the back stitch here and slip stitch. So yarn over and slip stitch. It means you go directly into the loop on the hook. Then move to another back stitch. You grab the yarn and pull. So we are just making slip stitches. Go, yarn over, pull through the loop, through the back stitch and through the loop on the hook. So for now we are just slip stitching. If you crochet this chain tightly, then it's harder for you to go to back stitches. That's why I make it very relaxed. So why I'm using this method, now you see you have this chain. So later you have this nice chain as your edge. And if you later you have to join this way, then it's very easy because you will have just 2 chains. You can use tapestry needle to join. So just slip stitches into the back stitches, into these back bumps. And of course, you have to practice it a lot to make it really look nice. So don't worry if the first time doesn't feel easy, because this stitch takes a bit of effort because it tends to tighten too much. That's why I use hook size, at least 2 sizes, 2 millimeters bigger than it's recommended for the yarn. And I never crochet tightly, because then it's really hard. Just try to be even using the same tension. So, and this was our last. So now your chain looks like this, your first row of slip stitches. And then we are going, something got attached. We are chaining 1. Oh, this guy doesn't want to leave my chain. So we chain 1, and the same chain that we just created, where you have the hook, right? This is your chain 1. You go into the back stitch. So you turn your work. This is the front loop. You go to the back loop. Grab the back loop. Very relaxed. Pull, yarn over, pull through this back loop and the one on the hook. Then you go, yarn over, pull through the back loop. You are making only slip stitches into the back loops. That's all you have to do. And try not to tighten too much to keep it even. Maybe the first 2 rows it will look a bit awkward, but then you will see how pretty it is. As you can see now, it's not clear what you are making. So I will finish this row by going into the back loop. Don't make too tight, relaxed way, and continue like this until the last stitch, and I show you the last stitch. And now I'm at the last stitch. We are not crocheting into the chain 1, we are just crocheting into our last stitch. And I forgot to tell you another tip, that sometimes this edges already really looks nice and I didn't follow any tips. But if you want to be sure, and if you think it's not nice enough, you can do the following. Chain 1, and the first stitch you can go under both back and front loops and make slip stitch like this. Then it will be even sturdier, the edge. And then you continue as usual into the back loops, you know, and continue. But I noticed that when I crochet directly into the back loops on both sides, maybe it also depends on the yarn, the edge is still pretty. So after you chain one, this is our chain one, you go directly into the first stitch and keep going with the back loops. So you always, all the way, you just go to the back loop of the chain and you make only slip stitches. So you just go to the back loops, keep the same tension, very relaxed, and go on. Later I'm going to show you here, don't go to the chain one, just go to the last stitch. If you're a beginner, it's better you count each row so you know you have the same number of stitches. Now I show you more detailed. Here is my chain one and this is my last stitch. So you always go to the last stitch. And as I told you, at the edges, if you don't feel your edges are even enough, you can go at the beginning and at the end to the both loops. So you can experiment. Then you chain one, you turn and again into the back stitch. Skip chain one and go to the back stitch and simply slip stitch. And now you started to see the rib stitch. So it starts to have this part. So just keep going into these back loops. Make only slip stitches. Don't go to, there are many chains here now, but you must always go to the same chain. And here you can see. So here, when I turn, where I have the yarn going out, I'm always using these back stitches. I'm not seeing these back stitches. I'm just putting like this straight so I see the chain I'm working. Not this chain, not this chain, this chain where the yarn goes. These are our back stitches, back loops, sorry, that we use to create our rib stitch. So here, if you put like that, you will see clearly and easily these back loops and make slip stitches. Keep going and don't forget the last stitch. You can even use the markers, and that's it. So easy to make this beautiful rib stitch that is very elastic, very stretchy. I forgot to tell you that this stitch looks really like knitting. So if you like knit look, you can use this stitch. It's really beautiful, easy to make, and I hope this tutorial was clear. If you still have any questions, you can ask in the comments below. And please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and see you again next time.